The NovaMind presenter is a very powerful presentation system built right into NovaMind, allowing you to predefine how you would like your mind map to look using slides and present the slides either as a full screen presentation or in the current window. It also allows you to do a walkthrough presentation without having to define any slides, which allows you to present the entire mind map in order in a standardized way. There's also a built-in capability to edit your mind map during the presentation without having to drop out of the presenter mode. The presentation features are available in NovaMind Platinum. In this video, we will introduce you to the capabilities of the presenter. There will be other videos which go into more detail about how to create and edit your presentations and the various options available in the presenter. There are two types of presentation: a slide-based presentation where you define what to show before your presentation, and a walkthrough presentation which just goes through the topics in order without setting things up beforehand. If you're working on a document and suddenly want to do an ad hoc presentation, you could use the walkthrough mode. Here we have started a walkthrough. As we go from presenting one topic to the next, it's highlighting the topics and expanding and collapsing subtopics as necessary. We can jump to presenting a particular topic just by clicking on it. We can zoom in to an area of the mind map that we're interested in and collapse or expand subtopics. We can also draw things on the screen to draw attention to particular topics or explain things as we go along. If we want to pause the presentation and not distract people with the mind map while we talk about something else, we can make the screen either white or black. If we have multiple mind maps in the document, we can switch from one to another within the walkthrough presentation. If there are notes on the topic, we can show the notes while in the presentation. If there are attachments or hyperlinks, you can open them and they'll open in their native application without changing where you're up to in your presentation. If you need to edit your mind map, you can switch to edit mode and make your changes and then continue with your presentation. So that's the walkthrough mode. You don't need to prepare anything beforehand, and it has basic presentation capabilities at your fingertips. There are also configuration options that give more flexibility over the presentation, which we'll cover in another video, and the documentation. So let's look at the slide presenter. This is the powerhouse presentation system. It's very easy to set up and gives you control over what is presented, when, and what size. The presentation is defined by slides, which present the topics that are going to be presented. If you define your slides and then edit your mind map, then your slides are updated accordingly. There's an introductory slide available which you can configure to suit your needs. This can be displayed before your presentation to introduce your topic while you're being introduced. It has a wide range of subtle animations to keep things interesting but not distracting. You can also include scrolling text, the time, and even a Twitter feed. As you go through your presentation, your slides are presented according to how you have configured them. If you say you want to be zoomed right in to focus on just one or a few topics, then that will happen. If you say you want to be zoomed out to give an overview, that will happen. Or if you just want the normal amount of room around the selected topics, then you can just use the normal option. You can set a slide up so that it highlights the topics that define it automatically as you go into that slide, and you can manually select topics to highlight. As with the walkthrough mode, you can zoom in to topics and pan around the mind map, and collapse and expand subtopics while still on the slide, and also draw on the screen. You can also display topic notes and pause the presentation displaying either a white or black screen, and open hyperlinks and attachments just like the walkthrough presentations. If you want to jump to a particular slide in your presentation, you can choose the one to go to in the slide selector. You can switch into edit mode during your presentation and edit the mind maps, and even add or remove slides, and then continue your presentation without having to leave presentation mode. All your slides will update automatically according to your edits. You can also print out your slides as handouts, and there are a number of options about how many slides to have per page, whether to include lines for notes, and whether to include the topic text or not. This gives you a lot of flexibility over the layout of the handouts, so you and your audience can make the best use of them. As with the walkthrough, you can either do a full screen presentation or have it presented within a window of your desired size. You can also export your slides to use either as individual images or to create presentations in other software such as Keynote or PowerPoint. You can also create a video of your presentation by recording it with the QuickTime Viewer application or a third-party screen capture program such as ScreenFlow. So in this video, I've just touched on some of the capabilities of the presentation features in NovaMind Platinum. If you're looking for more detailed information, please see the documentation or the other videos explaining in detail how to use the different capabilities of the NovaMind presenter.